Hi, my name is Lieutenant Gary Aswalt, and welcome to a tour of a map that the devs forgot to name DRC Zone 1. Located in Zone 1 of the DRC, DRC Zone 1 is a small 6v6 map. And by small, I mean actually small. Not these embryo skate park sized shipment or face-off maps that everyone thinks of when the word small is thrown around now. The DRC in DRC Zone 1 stands for Defensive Research Center. But I think a much more apt title would actually be a dookie. Really crap? If I could sum up this map's feel in one word, it would be sterile. Like, it looks like this place would smell like a doctor's office on free bleach day. And that extends to the messaging of the DRC themselves, because they're self-reported as a company whose integrated defense solutions are beyond the cutting edge, and claim that they're built on leadership through innovation, which sounds exactly like the kind of corporate gobbledygook that I would expect from a place that makes counter-UAVs, a technology that's been around for decades, that can now be taken out by a swift breeze. Alright, let's talk layout. It's built up of a few different buildings, like the warehouse, labs, and main lobby, who all intersect to form the world's easiest maze. Most paths converge at the courtyard in the middle, which you can identify by this monument to the glorious TAV-23 in the center. A vehicle that can both drive and swim. In the courtyard is a corner window that, despite being kind of out of the way, the AC unit outside and the vending machines inside make it somehow always the hottest place on the map, with people tightroping the ledge like it's some kind of Cirque du Soleil routine. Just past that are the R&D hallways, with lots of sightlines to scope and even more corners to camp. So it might be best to take a teammate or two to help R your D, if you know what I mean. I sure don't. Follow that to the end of the hall, where you'll find a vent that connects both back outside and further into the warehouse. This can be used as a quick way to cross the map without being exposed. Or if you're a big fan of fans, I guess, you can just chill up here, checking each exit one by one in a less morbid game of Ring Around the Rosie until someone finally comes to their senses and just Molotovs your ass down. Tired of the indoors? Head to the opposite side of the map, where the patio and attached loading dock have the perfect blend of inside and outside. I'm talking about that Home Depot garden section type vibe. This place seems to be a bit more kinetic, with people jumping, sliding, and whatever you call this move, with really the only camping spot being on top of this truck, which I find a little odd, because if you really wanted to just sit and spawn and do nothing all game, you could just as easily go inside the truck. Now, one interesting thing about DRC Zone, if you're a lore head, is that it actually has ties to DMZ via this big B21 sign just outside the map, which of course people speculate stands for Building 21, the map that I swear I'm being gaslit into thinking is even in the damn game. It comes up so infrequently. But if B21 stood for Building 21, then wouldn't this be Ilding 7 and Alding 1 and 2? Like how does that work? You know what, let's just check the directory to see if we can get to the bottom of what's actually going on there in B21. Oh. Okay. And that's where I'll end today's tour. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, check out the last one we did on Strike. And everyone else can exit through the gift shop, where we're selling the 2 doors that are actually on this map. That's right, they almost did it. They almost made a map without doors.